Hello everyone and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorial number 56. Today we show you how to get nicer, more professional themes for Google Slides. One of the major challenges with Google Slides is its lackluster and limited slideshow themes. Users open them up and they're often disappointed with the options they have. I mean, look at these. Yeah. Well, today we show you 3 ways to get better themes. First, you should know that you can import themes from existing Google slideshows. So if you have access to someone else's cool slideshow, you can actually import that theme, assuming that they've created a proper theme to begin with and didn't just fake one. So let's say that you have a slideshow that you think, okay, this has a nice little theme to it, I kind of like it, and I would like to copy this. Well, first it needs to be in your Google Drive. So if you're looking at this and it's not yours, there is a button up here to add it to your drive. So you'll want to add it to your drive at minimum. And then you may want to check to see if they're actually using a real theme rather than just kind of faking one. And what I mean by faking one is that they might just go into each slide and put in graphics and then just duplicate that slide instead of building it into the actual slide master. Now we'll do another video on slide masters because that's a whole nother thing, but you can view it by going up to view and choosing master. And once you do that, you should notice that there are several different styles that are already kind of predefined and with backgrounds and everything else. So this is actually a true to form actual theme. It's got everything kind of built into the slide master. So if the slide master looks like what you're seeing on the slides, you're usually in good shape. Okay, so let's say you've got your presentation that you'd like to use and you'd like to pull in that theme. So you go over here to import theme and then you search for the slide, pick it. It's going to detect any templates that are in there. Sometimes there are multiple templates. In this case, it looks like it's the same one that's done twice. I'll import one of them and see how it works. And after a brief pause, it pulls in the template. And you can test it by creating new slides of different types and say, okay, here we go. We've got a blue one here, and then we've got blank ones, and then we've got some with a quote built in and everything else. Looks like it's working. And that's the first way to get better themes for your Google Slides. The second way is very similar. You go to import theme and then you choose to upload. Turns out you can upload PowerPoint files and snag the theme from those. So you simply just go into PowerPoint and create a new slideshow with any theme that you care to use. And you don't have to create any slides or put any content in there, just one slide PowerPoint and save it. Then you go back into Google Slides, you select the file from your computer, it uploads it. It then parses that file for any themes, finds the themes, and you can import them. So at that point, you now have your themes set up how you want it. Fonts don't always translate because some fonts are not web-based fonts. So Google does its best to kind of substitute those. Fonts generally have to be on your machine or they're pulled from the web, and there's only there's a limited number of web-based fonts. The third way to spice up your Google Slides themes is to use a third-party site. Now, one that I particularly like is SlidesCarnival. And SlidesCarnival is just awesome. I mean, it's really easy to use. It's got some great templates and they're free. And they work for Google Slides or PowerPoint. So you can browse based on category. You can come up here and say, I want playful, business-oriented, or something else like that. And so let's say you like this one. This one's nice and colorful and playful. You might want to use this for some elementary project or something. You come in here and you select it, and then when you scroll on down here, you see what it looks like. You can browse it in Google Slides and say, you know, I like this one. Let me go with this one. I'm going to use this Google Slides theme. So when you do that, it prompts you to make a copy of that. And so you click make a copy, and it gives you a blank presentation that you can then use. And it's called copy of, and it's located right in the root folder of your Google Drive. Now, the first thing I would do with that is arrange it. I would move it to a folder maybe called templates that I would keep these originals in. So I'll come over here and call it templates, and at minimum, I would move that there. Then I would recommend renaming it to put template at the beginning, so that you now keep this kind of in your Google Drive. Then do not touch this afterward. Instead, go back to your other presentation, import the theme from your presentation, and you can actually just type in template and filter out all those that are templates, pick that there, and then select that. That way you have that same presentation there for use and reuse and so on. So other really good presentations that they have here, I mean, there's a lot. If you go in here and just search for, let's say, literature, there's a bunch here that look really nice. You can also choose themed ones for holidays and stuff like that, like Halloween. I mean, look at this one. This one's just awesome. This is a great Halloween template. and this is what the different slides look like. So let's use that one, make a copy of that one. Great, look at that. Just easy to use, really cool, and they give you plenty of examples. So yeah, check out SlidesCarnival. There are a couple things you need to note on this site, and it's really helpful. First, with SlidesCarnival, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I always do this, and I always try to look at the licenses if there are any, and terms of use, and any frequently asked questions. So if you look at the terms of use, first of all, yes, this is a free site. You can share, you can adapt, you can remix and transform. In fact, this uses a Creative Commons license attribution license, which basically means you can use this as long as you attribute and give credit. Well, the beautiful thing is that that's included in their templates, and you can just keep that slide in there for credit. The other thing is that you cannot apply additional terms or measures here that legally restrict others from doing anything that you have the permission to do. So most of these Creative Commons licenses are based on the fact that they give you the right to do some things as long as you extend the same right to anyone who looks at your product, the product you've made. You can't resell these, you can't go back in here and try to like redistribute them or anything else like that in some sort of way to make your own site for free stuff. You have to link back to the template page where they have the template, not the actual Google Slides thing, if you do promote this, things like that. And I will provide a link to SlidesCarnival in the description of this YouTube video. But that's pretty good. Those are easy terms of service, really nice. The next section that I highly recommend you check out is frequently asked questions, because you will run into some issues with this. So one question here is, how do you give appropriate credit? And so they tell you there's a credit slide there. Just leave it in there. Link back, give them credit where credit's due. How do you use your own photos in there? How do you use the icons and the emojis that are included in there? What about the fonts? Where are those? How do you import the template into an existing one, which I just showed you how? How do you change your proportions? And a few other little things like where do you get more free stuff? This is awesome that they included all this. But also, what if I get this message that I need to request access to make a copy? And this may pop up a lot with our school systems. One, you have to be signed into your Google account to use this site, because if you're going to be using Google Slides on. Well, that's kind of unspoken, but here's a big one. Some users with Google accounts at schools don't have full permission to use files from other domains in order to protect the students and employees. This is more common than you think. So when you come in here and you're signed into your school account and it tells you you need to request access to make a copy, that means that your school has not set up the ability for you to use other domains files. So there's a couple things you can do. You could go to your school and say, hey, can you whitelist this domain because it's got free stuff that we need? Or if that's going to be too complicated, or if they already have a standing policy and they don't, they're not going to bend on that, which is understandable, then you could use your personal Google account to get that and use the slides, or download the PowerPoint version and then upload that to Google Drive like I just showed you in this video, and just snag it from the PowerPoint version. But anyways, there's a lot of other stuff on here that may pop up, and I would highly recommend that you check out their frequently asked questions. Again, you can get to that by going to the bottom, and over here, want to know more SlidesCarnival fact. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Heck, why not support us and click that subscribe button. Leave a comment or an idea for a Tech Tuesday video in the comments below. Share this video with your friends, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.